When you activate and awaken your Kundalini serpent fire from your root chakra, right? You're doing the work in and on your root chakra. The work that we're doing when we do this is awakening and activating our inner beast, right? We're awakening and activating not only our beauty, but our beast. And when your beast wakes up, because it's been in a very long slumber, when it wakes up hungry. But let me tell you how to feed it. Welcome to Alcheminity, because turning pain into power is sexy. And I am your host of this colony and so many colonies we are developing around our globe. I'm so thankful that I am merely just a vessel, but I am your queen bee, Miss Burgess, if you're nasty. And we're going to jump right on in. Listen, if you want to work with me, collaborate with me, sponsor Alcheminity, then reach out to me. My email is in the description box for you to get your copy of Activate, to get your merch. All that's in the description box. Just click the Linktree link and it'll guide you to everywhere I am. All right, y'all, let's get into this. Listen. As you're doing this work on and in yourself, we are on the journey of activating. Those of us who are on this journey have had to become alchemists. We had to learn to turn our pains into power. And part of learning to turn your pain into power is walking on the wild side. It's taking a walk through the shadows, through the darkness, through the hell of you. Now, who and what lives in hell? You do. All the shadowy, dark, divine, taboo, unorthodox, scary, monstrous yous. Okay? When we take this journey, we are getting to know these shadow, monstrous, beastly selves of ours. We are getting to know and learn from our demons in the shadows, all those things we suppressed and have demonized and have vilified. Okay. When you do this work on yourself to awaken and to integrate, right? You are literally unleashing the beast. We talk about this all the time. This is how we become alchemists. We have to learn to bridge together our yin, our yang, our dark, our light, our heaven, our hell, our beauty, our beast, our angels, our demons, which AKA demons are their own types of angels. You have angels that walk in the day and you have angels that walk in the shadows. They are both infinite parts of the same whole. But this is what I want to share with you. When I began doing this work on and in myself, beginning at the root, the seed, right? Remember, we are beginning in the shadows, in the lower parts of ourselves, in our underworlds, to raise that fire and that power up to our crown, to be crowned, so that we're sitting on the throne of our power within ourselves. We are rulers and leaders of ourselves, right? We've come into alignment with not only our powers, but our purpose, because as we activate our powers, our purposes come online. Why we decided to come to the planet at all, what we are supposed to be creating and innovating and building and writing and saying and speaking and doing and dancing to. That is what you're awakening and activating. Ooh, I'm being reminded of this movie I saw one time. It was on, I think it was on like Amazon Prime or something like that, or no, it was on Netflix. I cannot remember the name of the movie. So if any of y'all saw this movie, put it in the comments. There was this girl. She was a singer or something. She made music. She was a singer. She wrote music too. And she was approached by this man who wanted to help her. Okay. And he was like, in order for me to help you with your career, your music, you got to move in with me and we'll work on this. I'll manage you, I'll produce you, but you got to move, leave the life here that and come live with me in my, palace and, record in my studio, but you got to do this. Anyway, she took him up on this offer. Towards the end of the movie, right? Well, so in the beginning of the movie, she was plant-based. She was vegan. She was very vanilla, very, what do you call it? One of my white guy friends told me this. He was like, granola. Okay. She was very granola. Okay. For y'all don't know what that means, just ask one of your white friends. Okay. They would know. So, because it's not a melanin person term, okay? It's not a black folks term. It is our Caucasian brothers and sisters term, okay? She was very, very granola. Anyway, So towards the end of this movie, the guy was working with her. He offered her, like, at dinner, he would offer her like steak and stuff, and she was like, "What are you offering? Why are you offering me this? I told you I'm a vegan. I don't eat this." And he was like, "Are you sure?" And she would get pissed off when he would do that. So anyway, towards the end of the movie, y'all, it turns out that she was from this long line of some type of vampire beast things. And the guy who told her he would produce her and manage her turned out to be her father. And he looked for her and looked for her. He ended up finding her, turned out to be her father. And basically, he awoken her to the fact that she was from a long line of vampires or some type of ancient monsters, and they were looked at as gods or something like that. And she had these powers. And in order for her to be fully, activate her bloodline and her DNA, she needed to eat meat. She was really from a family of hunters and meat eaters. They were beasts. Okay, they hunted flesh and blood and ate it. I think they were some type of vampire family or whatever, vampire race. And she was like, "No, I don't believe it, don't believe it." So as the movie went on, she, like, her thirst, her mouth would quench in water. She would see the meat on the plate and her heart would be beating. She really wanted to bite it. And so one night she got up in the middle of the night, went to the refrigerator and bit into some meat. And she was like, the juice and the blood was running down her. And she was like she bit into it like an animal, right? When she started eating meat and, accepting this dark side of her, this, whatever this was that her father told her she was, when she started eating meat, this activated all of her powers, y'all. When she started eating meat, her music changed. Like, her music was good before, it was good, but it was very, innocent and Pollyanna and whatever. When she started eating this meat, this activated her power so much so that her music evolved, her voice changed. She started writing different types of songs. Her songs were like, "I was walking outside and it was sunshiny day and I breathed," to I want to put your face between my thighs and I don't care if you get a rise, or something like that. It kind of went from that to that. I don't know. I just made that up, y'all. But her music literally evolved and became so powerful because she was writing from her dark nature. So the lyrics changed, the passion changed, the feeling changed. She wasn't holding back. She wasn't sugarcoating nothing. Her music was so good that she rose to fame and stardom. She couldn't go nowhere without nobody, asking for her autograph. Like, her music went all over the world. She became a world star because of activating her beast. Isn't that something? So all of our talents and our gifts and our powers come from the beast side of ourselves. Once we awaken this beast to merge and integrate with the beauty, once we awaken our God to emerge and awaken with our dark God, i.e. our inner Lucifer, i.e. hello. We've talked about this. We are the true Illuminatis as alchemists and chosen ones. Why? Because we illuminate rooms. We are the true Illuminatis because why? We are enlightened. Right? So you are an activated chosen one, right? You're awakening this beast to integrate. And so when you awake the beast, honey, think about it. Like what? Like, just think about a powerful, formidable beast being locked away in a cage for not just centuries, but lifetimes. Okay, I've given an analogy before. It was the movie. Somebody corrected me because I couldn't remember. I was saying it was Immortals, but it wasn't Immortals. It was called The Old Guards with Charlize Theron. Remember, they locked away that goddess, that queen. They locked her away, remember? And like this metal thing and put her at the bottom of the ocean. Remember, she was angry. Remember how, she just wanted out because she had been in there lifetime after lifetime. Like, she would wake up every 100 years and still be in there. At the end of the movie, she finally got out. When she got out, what did she come back for? We don't really know. We can speculate. I hope the Hairpin come on out with the old guards too. We can speculate that she's coming to recoup all her shit back. She wants her shit back. Hashtag, I want all of my shit back. Hello? I want my inheritance, right? If people would call this coming for revenge, but revenge on this journey as an activated alchemist chosen one isn't you seeking to harm. It is you seeking all of your shit back, and anybody that gets in the way, your spiritual guides will handle that. Your revenge is your come up. Are y'all with me? Your revenge is your beauty. Your revenge is your magnetism. Your revenge is the way your voice sounds. Your revenge is in the way you smell. Your revenge is in the way you walk. Your revenge is when you enter rooms, you shift atmospheres and energy. Your revenge, you are the revenge, right? I don't know why I'm just hearing Whitney Houston when she came on stage to get a trophy and an award one time, and she was like, "You better lay low." That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that song. Is it by Dr. Dre or somebody? You better listen, when you activate your beast, she don't want no trouble, but she's good with it either way it goes. She would rather not, because let me tell you something about your beast. Your beast doesn't want to break a nail. And people think that that's just your beauty. No, that's your beast. Your beast doesn't want to break a nail. She'd rather sit there, cross her legs, and look pretty and file her nails. But the reason she's filing her nails is in case she needs to use them, and she files them too sharp. I'm seeing some of my girlies out there. You know how we like those almond shaped or stiletto shaped nails. Hello. We like it. We like it a lot. And for those of you who are rocking your almond shaped or stiletto shaped nails, spiritually, we know what that's for. Okay. It's for style for you on the outside, but on an alchemical level, your beasts, is sharpening and shaping her nails for when she has to, but she really rather not. She's really just coming to get her shit back. So when you awaken this beast, she is hungry, honey, because she's been asleep. She's been starved. He, she, it, whatever you want to call it. I'm saying a she because this is a divine, feminine energy. Okay. This is our sensual and sexual energy, which is really a blending of masculine and feminine energy, as we know. But the divine feminine part has been asleep and suppressed. This is what we know. This is why I say she. So the she also exists in our masculines as well. Okay. So when I say she, receive that for my fellas when you're listening to this, as you're listening to this. If you're listening to this, I hope you're listening to this. When I say she, find your alignment, receive your alignment with that, because she, this infinite part of the same whole of the masculine, is within you, and she is ready to wake up fully in her power and walking in her purpose through you. So she's been sharpening her nails. She is ready. And I just seen the goddess Kali. I just seen the sharp nails, the stiletto shaped nails, and I just seen blood and flesh hanging from nails, from her sharp nails. That is what I'm seeing right now. Spirit is wanting me to share a personal story. So I believe I mentioned to y'all before that I was pescatarian, plant-based for 9+ years, more plant-based than I was pescatarian. When I felt that I wanted something a little bit more girthy, y'all, the way my mind works. Some of y'all are thinking the same thing. I don't even need to say it. Some of y'all are thinking the same thing. You're so nasty and I love it. Welcome home. Listen. By the way, shouts out to all the new subscribers. Thank you for making Alcheminity your home. This is your home. Make no mistake about it. Okay. Thank you for your subscriptions. Shouts out to my day ones, and just shouts out to all of, just the newbies here. Get in the comments and chat with other, subscribers and members. We are all here. So when you get in the comments, you don't have to just talk to me. You can respond back to other folks too. We are a colony. Okay. We are busying and we are, sing together. Okay. I was trying to make the serpent sound, but anyway, let's get back into it, y'all. Listen. When I preferred something a little more girthy, as I said, and a little bit more juicy, a little bit more meaty, a little bit more thick, Yeah, I would opt for a vegan sausage or I would do some fish, but I was mostly plant-based for 9 years. Okay. I did not want to see meat on my plate. I used to be offended with meat on my plate because at that part of my journey, which again, if you're on the dark night of the soul journey, if you're here, you're definitely on it or have come out of it or you're about to begin it. Okay. This is probably why you're feeling guided here. But as you're initiating into the shadows, you are sacrificing a lot of things on purpose. You're getting rid of a lot of things are falling off of you on purpose. Think you don't want to be certain places. You don't want to be around certain people. You don't want to do the things you used to do. You don't want to eat the way you used to eat. Like literally your body is going through an initiation. And so it's not that you don't really necessarily want to, but your body doesn't want to. And so you just follow suit because something is happening on a spiritual level. Your body is just the vessel for something much more powerful and formidable that's happening. Okay. That's going to be happening as you're on the journey. And so things shift. And so on your spiritual journey, you're probably plant-based or pescatarian or vegan. Okay. You don't do any meat. You don't do, if you do, it may be fish, maybe. And so this is what it is, on the initiation part of your journey. So, my dark night of the soul journey started when I was about, 30. I'm 39 now. So it started when I was about 30. That's when the initiation started happening and certain, heartbreaks and all the stuff that happens on the dark night of the soul, things start falling away. You start questioning who you are and all that kind of stuff, right? So as you're on that journey initiation, you will probably be plant-based. Now, as you come out of the dark night of the soul, okay, now people have gone on this dark night of the soul journey plenty of times. I don't plan on going on it plenty of times. This was good enough. I got it. I figured it out. I got it. Right. There are people that go on it plenty of times, but as you are coming out or have come out, you are going to shift again. So just going back to my personal story, and I'll tell you why you shift again, because I was plant-based, didn't want to see meat, the smell of meat cooking, certain meats, like the smell of pork or something like that would make me sick, would turn me off. The smell of chicken I didn't like. But I would still try to cook it for people. But once they realized, how, like my family, once they realized how my eating shifted, they didn't request me to cook certain things, and I didn't anymore. I actually started cooking more plant-based, pescatarian or vegan for my family, and they would enjoy that, right? But at the beginning stages, I would still try to cook it, but I stopped because the smell of it literally made me sick. I used to think, just gruesome thoughts about it. That's number one. The other part was, as you're on your spiritual journey, you're much more sensitive to energy. And so obviously if something like meat is being murdered, right, you're in the spiritual journey, you don't want that energy and you don't want the sadness or the pain that animal went through to transfer to you, because you're very sensitive in the initiation journey. And you are being called to do everything you can to get in vibrational alignment so you can survive your dark night of the soul journey, and how you eat is one of them. Okay. So you're doing everything. Okay. You're doing and undoing everything. And so you're very sensitive about what you're putting in your body. It's particularly, meat for the energetic reasons and not wanting to harm animals. Okay. So that was me. Honey, come out of the dark night soul journey, right? I didn't know I was really out. I mean, you start to see energy shift around you, but when you come out as a phoenix rising, baby, you still smoking, right? You still smoking, and you walking through, meaning you still on fire. You still in, you got this energy, this dark energy about you now. And I say dark, I mean your divine shadow self. That energy is awoken. So you ready for war. What did Beyonce? Ready for war. Never take my power. That's what I'm hearing. I'm just hearing ready for war. That part of the song, right? So you are walking with, you're walking with a certain stride. You have your protections around you because you just came out of a war, right? So, but when I came out, going back to the story again, y'all, when I came out, realizing that, okay, I've survived something pretty fucking whoa. And I'm feeling like like I normally do. And I get invited to dinner. I go out to dinner. And this is just one random day. I go out to dinner. And all of a sudden at dinner, I wanted meat. I mean, I'm looking at the menu, looking at the plant-based stuff or the vegetarian stuff that I would typically, I look at the menu and I'm looking at the plant-based stuff, and my spiritual stuff. It wasn't that I was overly hungry. I wasn't famished. I wasn't any of that. But my body kept leading me to meat. When my body, on the journey, I remember my body being turned off and appalled by it, to desiring it. My mouth was watering when I looked at roast beef on the menu. My mouth began to, from my mouth being turned up and being turned up, my stomach churning looking at meat on the menu, to my mouth watering when I saw lamb chops on the menu. When I saw roast beef on the menu, I ordered the lamb chops. After 9 years of without any animal substance, maybe fish every now and then, I ordered motherfucking lamb chops. And my the person I was with, they look over and they say, what you're ordering meat? You want meat? And I'm like, yes. I said, and I shared with them that how I've been plant-based for 9 years, but I am craving meat right now. It was the middle of the day. I am craving meat. I want lamb chops. My mouth was watering for lamb chops. From wanting to literally gag at meat to my mouth watering for it. So I ordered the lamb chops, and I tell you, I savored every bite. It was like a part of me was starving that hadn't eaten in centuries. As soon as I took the first bite, I knew exactly what was happening. As I'm eating the meat, and I'm on a date, mind you, okay? Activations, let me just say this. Activations happen whenever the fuck they're ready to happen, when the student is ready. Hello? They happen when you're washing dishes. It could happen when you are making love. It will happen when you're washing clothes. They could happen when you are walking through the grocery store. They happen whenever they happen. It doesn't matter where you are or what you're doing. Okay? So I am on a date, and as I'm eating the meat, I'm cutting into the lamb. It's juicy. It's succulent. When I used to eat meat before I became plant-based, I liked lamb. And so I like lamb the traditional way. I like it with a little bit of red in the middle. That's how I used to do it. It was actually on the more cooked side, but that's how you typically do it. When I ordered it, I wanted more than a little bit of red in the middle. It was so juicy. It was so succulent. When I cut into the lamb, the juice ran on the plate, and I just bit into it and chewed it slowly. And when I swallowed it, it's like I got aroused eating meat, lamb chops with a little bit of blood in the middle. Are y'all hearing me? Are y'all hearing me? Me activating and awakening my beast awakened her hunger. She was hungry and she wanted blood. She wanted meat. Beauty and beast. My beauty side is plant-based pescatarian. Okay. Frolics in the wilderness. Butterflies land on her. She hugs trees. Okay. All right. She's petting deer. She's feeding, deer and birds. She's singing in the winds. And my beast, my dark divine, a Kundalini serpent fire energy that's risen up to activate me, wants blood, wants meat. She's swaying her hips when she walks. Okay, she is calculating and reading, energy in the room. She is protecting beauty. I tell you that. Beauty is eating fruits and nuts and berries and shit. Beast wants meat and blood, preferably lamb chops, a little bit of red in the middle. All right. And so as I'm eating, spirit is activating, is speaking to me and telling me why this is happening, why the desire for meat. It's because when she awakes, she's hungry. And so I spoke to my mom about it, and I said, I recently just ate some meat, and I had these epiphanies about why my mouth was watering for it. My mom was absolutely shocked, by the way, because she knows how I used to be about meat. And, at first she was shocked. And then she said, you know what? She told me that she had just listened to a recording on YouTube by Neville Goddard. If y'all don't know who that is, I think you do. If you're an alchemist on this journey, if you're subscribed here, you probably know who Neville Goddard is and have listened to some of his teachings. But my mom listened to one of his teachings on YouTube, and she said, you know what? She said, I was listening to Neville Goddard, and he was saying that happened to him. And now Neville Goddard, these teachings and tape and recordings are from I don't know, maybe the 60s, 70s. I think maybe even earlier than that. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Put it in the comments when his teachings were out, when he was out. Maybe the 50s. I don't even know. But put it in the comments, you all. So these are very old teachings and recordings, okay? But she was saying how he had said that he was also plant-based, and then after 13 years or however long he also had the desire to eat meat. And so the summation for those of you on this journey who may be experiencing this, okay? What this means is, your spirit is being called back. Okay, your spirit is being called back. You're feeling guided to eat meat again, because this is a part of what's going to help your beast awaken and activate. We're going to come clean and be very real and raw about this. This is the truth and the reality of it. When you are activating this formidable deity, it requires blood. Now, there will be some people that hear that and they're going to be like, oh my gosh, what does she mean? It requires blood. Do you mean sacrifices and all that type of stuff? The only sacrifices is the sacrifices you make within yourself, of your old self. Okay. So, yes, y'all, when you activate, when you alchemize, when you awaken your beast into divine union with your beauty, when you awaken and integrate your shadows, your demons, your monsters, which are glorious, if I may say so myself, they are hungry, and it is your responsibility to feed them. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this. Listen, if you did, please like this. Please share. Get in the comment section. That's where I am. Make sure to get your copy of Activate. Make sure to get your merch. And don't forget to donate. If you guys want me to continue bringing messages to Alcheminity, then your donations help me to do that. So be sure to get in the Zelle and the Cashapp and the PayPal. All that's in the description box. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And I'll speak to y'all in the next episode. Ciao for now. Mwah.